Welcome to Time Capsule, where we explore the meaning of life in the 21st century through the eyes of people just like you and me. I'm Joerenz. And I'm Joenrhuz, and today we have George Rosario, a real estate broker who's known as New York's hometown realtor. George, welcome.
Hi guys, nice to be here. Nice to be here.
Pleasure to have you. So let's just start off, and can you just introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself?
Well, my name is George Rosario. I've been in real estate since 2008 as a licensed realtor. Prior to that, I was a property manager. Don't do it; it's crazy. But 2008, I became a salesperson in real estate. Became a realtor. Started working with people, helping them get from where they're at to where they need to be. I'm a Brooklyn-born and raised New Yorker. As I don't know if you can tell by the way I talk, I'm from Brooklyn, so that's what comes out. I'm a public speaker and a writer and just an all-around businessman. That's all I like to do is do business.
I think from what Monica told us, you do primarily real estate, but you've also delved into many other types of businesses, as you said. What inspired you to take on all these different projects and especially go into real estate?
I became a dad at a very young age, and living in New York City, in a very expensive city, when you're a father, you have to look for ways to support your family, or someone else will have to support them for you. And I didn't want that choice. So I had no choice. I started looking at other businesses. I went into sales because you can control what you actually do and how you produce. The better you are, the more money you can make, and the better you can take care of your family. That led to being a sales trainer and mentor and coach. People saw that I was successful in the business, and they said, why not put you in front of other salespeople and help them become better at their own profession? So I went into that side of the business, started training people, still fell in love with the real estate game, with actually helping people navigate the whole transaction without that level of stress that a lot of us have to deal with. So my job didn't become selling houses, which is what people think you do. We actually manage your stress. That's all you're really paying us for, is to get you from point A to point B without all that stress involved. And fell in love with it. I saw a niche there that opened many other doors: the public speaking, the sales training, the office management, team development, and writing actually for a couple of blogs. And then I became a published author. So it's gone different levels that have come from one thing, which was I had a son at the age of 18. And it's either make it or break it. I don't want someone else taking care of him. And that's what led me to where I'm at today.
Wow. It's incredibly inspiring. Let's say that you'd sort of delved off into a different path, and maybe you weren't doing real estate and sort of all these businesses like life coaching. What would you be pursuing? Why would you be pursuing it?
I'd be a professional skydiver.
Oh, wow.
Actually, that really is what I would love to do. That's what I do for, that's one of the things I do for fun. Be a beach bum and skydive. Why not? Maybe a dance instructor. I've worked in that field as well. So why not? Anything. If I had to go somewhere, my thing is I think I will have fun in anything I do. I will tell you, when I was a teenager, I worked at McDonald's for 2 weeks, and it was a great 2 weeks. I mean, I will have fun in anything I have to do to take care of what I need to take care of. I mean, if I have to go into something else, it'll probably be the public speaking sector, and I'll make that my full-time job and my full-time profession, and I'll still work with real estate, invest, and everything else. But I love to be on stage. I love to talk to people and share my experience and help people get to the next level.
But you also said that you worked at McDonald's for those 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yes.
I wanted to know, did you learn anything within those 2 weeks? What did you bring with you in those 2 weeks that you're bringing with yourself today, and how big your success in business is?
I'll tell you the good and the bad. I learned not to eat McDonald's. And this is nothing against McDonald's. I know you guys do a lot of great things for a lot of people, but what I did learn from that was the need to de-escalate situations. And that was just in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I learned, customers get upset very easily. And if you match that level of energy, you can't resolve anything. It just escalates. So how to keep it calm, and how to just take them from being up here in the heat level to taking them down here in the cool level, and just help them relax. I try my best to help people understand that it's not that serious. You don't have to get upset about everything in life. And it's helped me become a better dad, a better Christian, a better friend, a better business owner, a better entrepreneur, better speaker, because it's not that serious. You don't have to let situations get you out of your own positive energy.
Crazy. But you definitely learned a lot from that. And so now we're going to go into part of our show that we like to call past, present, and future, sort of like a segment that we have. And we're going to take a look at the three different points in your life. So we're going to start with the present. How do you view yourself now?
A hungry lion. I'm still out here hunting and growing and hunting for the family. So a hungry lion, and someone that's just starting. People say, okay, you're ready to reach a certain level of success. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, so I'm still learning, still growing, still expanding, and still living.
That's awesome. That's so great.
Mm-hmm.
So you had said that in the present you see yourself as a hungry lion. How does this compare to the person you were 5 years ago?
Wow, that's a good question, because I think I've maintained a certain level of staying hungry, and if I get too satisfied or too comfortable in something, I look for something else. So while some of the goals have changed, the desire and the burn behind the goals hasn't gone away. So I think I'm just starting to trust God more and open up. It's pretty much it. My faith has grown, and my faith in humanity too, because I'm seeing, well, we're seeing so much negative in the streets right now, and in this government and in the world. I'm also seeing a lot of people do a lot of good. And if you start shutting off all that noise and you start looking at the good, I was paying too much attention to the noise 5 years ago, and I've shut off a lot of that noise. So it's made it a lot easier to concentrate on positive growth and find better ways to do things.
And with all these things that went on in your life, how will things be for you in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, well, what's interesting is I'm starting a new writing project, focusing on the second half of my life. I'm 48 years old. I had a goal that I had set for myself by 50, and I believe I can accomplish it. Moving forward, I have found the love of my life. I am happy. I've made a big move, and I truly see myself in a much better place with family, with my children, with my loved ones, with my team, with my business, with my faith. 5 years from now, it'll be 5 years of growth.
So with all that noise going on and all these things happening in our world today, what are some of the things that you find grateful, or you're grateful for?
Every day that I wake up, every breath of fresh air, every sunset and sunrise, love, good food, a roof over my head, little things, warm water when I take a shower. Like, sometimes we're so focused on I don't have the Bentley that you don't focus on I have food on my plate. So when you start being grateful for everything in your life, you open up a book, you open up the Bible, and that's the reading for the day. Be grateful for that reading. You open up a book, that's the message you needed to receive. Be grateful for that. Just be grateful. Be grateful when you grab a cup of coffee and it tastes good. I'm just grateful for everything. Every opportunity, every day that I get to open up my eyes, that's a good day.
Yeah, it's especially important, especially like noticing things just like warm water in the shower. And especially like all the noise, like going back to the philosophy that you had about all the noise out there, with all of that, and especially with social media, it's hard to find the things that like those small things that you should be grateful for that are just around us, that if we didn't have it be a significant, things would be significantly different.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, you grab a piece of paper, you have a pen in your hand, and you go to write something. If that pen writes, Be grateful that the pen wrote. How many times have you tried to type down a message on a piece of paper and you have to run around the house looking for a pen that works because the pen that you had in your hand doesn't work? So be grateful for the moment that that pen worked. You have to find the silver lining and something to be grateful for in everything that happens to you throughout the day, including what you may perceive as bad. Because I will tell you that I've gone through a lot of struggles and a lot of obstacles in my life that when I was there in the middle of the noise, they seemed like the world was crumbling around me. And now I've moved on from those and I look back on them and I'm grateful for those moments because they've made me who I am today. If I had an easy life, I may not be able to handle the changes that I'm going through right now. But because I've struggled, I can handle any changes. And there will be obstacles and there will be moments that I will trip in the future, and I can handle them because of the bad things that I've gone through. Those calluses that I've built through all the times that I've tripped. So you got to be grateful for everything, good and bad, and just keep moving forward, keep staying positive, and keep let go and let God, trust God.
Right, so now we're going to get to the question where it's pretty eponymous with the show. If you were to leave something in a time capsule for people to dig up 100 years later, what would you put in there and why?
I would love to put a Bible in there, just in case. You never know. What if it somehow in this crazy world, whoever opens up that time capsule, they're in a place where they can't read a Bible. It can happen. There are parts in this world where that's not legal. So I will put one in there, and hopefully it brings faith and good feelings and salvation to somebody. And I would put my recipe for coquito in there. It's a Puerto Rican it's a Caribbean ethnic drink that we make for Christmas and New Year's for the holidays. And it's a fun drink. And I'm not a drinker, but I like to make it because it's not really for drinkers, for someone who just wants a little sweet drink and go. Probably put that in there. So look at that. I'll put a Bible and alcohol. Wow. Hey, listen, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ actually broke bread and drank wine with his people. Exactly. So it's everything in moderation. We have to think of it that way.
Yeah. So is there anything else you'd like to add to tell our viewers? Any words of inspiration that you have?
Yeah, well, I've said turn off the noise, which is a big message that I want to send out to the world. Whatever noise you're going through now, when you open this up, turn it off, because we went through noise and other people have gone through noise and other generations have gone through noise. Turn it off and stay positive. And when you open this up, do three things. Reach out to someone who you feel you may have wronged and apologize. Be the bigger person and apologize. Reach out to someone who's done something great for you and thank them. And write down 10 goals that you want to accomplish within the next 5 years that service other people, not yourself. So do those three things. Apologize, be grateful, and write down goals. And watch what happens. If everybody did that, starting today, when they open this up 100, 200, 1,000 years later, we're going to be in a better world if everyone does those three things.
Amazing. Where can people follow you or learn more about you?
I just look up the name George L. Rosario. I'm a very public person when it comes to my growth and my projects, so you can find me there. Or just look up at GL Rosario across all social media. I'm probably going to pop up, because whichever one comes up next when I'm 50 years older, I'm going to be on that social media, and I'm going to be GL Rosario on that social media anyway. G for George, L for Lewis, and the last name Rosario. So I'm going to be there anyway. So look that up. You'll find me.
That's fantastic. Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much, George, for being a part of our time capsule. And thank you to all our viewers for watching. Tune in again next week to meet another amazing addition to our time capsule.